Picture this. It is Friday night. You are sitting across from the woman you love. You have worked 40 hours this week. You are tired. You want to make her happy. You want to show her that you are a modern, considerate man. So you ask the question you think is polite, the question society told you to ask. Where do you want to go for dinner? You expect a smile. You expect gratitude for your flexibility. But that is not what you get. Instead, you see a micro-expression flash across her face. It lasts less than a second. It looks like boredom. It looks like irritation. Maybe even disgust. She sighs and says, "I don't know. Whatever you want." You panic. You suggest pizza. She makes a face. You suggest sushi. She shrugs. 10 minutes later, you are both scrolling through your phones in silence. The energy in the room is dead. The spark is gone. You feel disrespected and she feels tired. What just happened? I'll tell you what happened. You didn't just ask about dinner. You failed a biological test that has been hardwired into her brain for 200,000 years. You thought you were being nice, but her primitive brain interpreted your niceness as weakness. Her instincts screamed that you are not a leader. And if you are not a leader, you are not safe. Here is the controversial truth that no one in the modern world wants to admit. The truth that will get you canceled in a university classroom, but will save your marriage in the real world. She does not want a democracy. She wants a benevolent dictator. She is secretly begging you to take control. She is craving the authority you are too afraid to show. And today, I am going to show you exactly why your niceness is destroying her attraction to you, and how to trigger the obsession she is waiting to feel. Let me show you exactly how we got here. From the moment you were born, you were fed a lie. You were raised on the slogan, "Happy wife, happy life." You were taught by your teachers, the media, and maybe even your own mother that the ideal man is soft, that he asks for permission, that he seeks consensus on everything. They told you that masculinity, true, assertive, directional masculinity, is toxic. They told you that if you take charge, you are being oppressive. So you became the nice guy. You became the partner who says yes to everything. But look around you. Look at the divorce statistics. Look at the men who are doing everything right and still getting cheated on. Look at the men who are exhausted, trying to please women who seem to resent them more with every passing day. Why is this happening? Because we have ignored biology. We have tried to rewrite millions of years of evolution with 50 years of political correctness. Modern society tells us men and women are the same, but your brain chemistry says something different. Her hormones say something different. By abdicating your authority, by refusing to lead, you think you are giving her freedom, but you are actually giving her a burden. You are forcing her to step into the masculine role. You are forcing her to make the decisions, to set the direction, to be the captain of the ship. And here is the secret she will never tell you to your face. She hates it. She hates being the leader. It exhausts her. It kills her feminine energy. And eventually it kills her desire for you. To understand why she craves your authority, we have to go back, way back. We have to strip away the iPhones, the Instagram accounts, and the feminist blogs. We have to go back to the savannah. For 99% of human history, life was brutal. It was dangerous. A wrong decision didn't mean a bad dinner. It meant death. In that environment, a woman's survival depended on one thing: attaching herself to a competent man. A man who could make decisions under pressure. Imagine a tribe facing a storm. The woman looks to the man. If he says, "I don't know, honey. What do you think we should do?" That tribe dies. She needs him to say, "Grab the kids. We move to the cave, now." That is authority. That is competence. Fast forward to today. We live in safe houses. We have police. We have supermarkets. But her brain is still on the savannah. Her amygdala, the fear center of the brain, is constantly scanning for safety. When you are indecisive, when you hesitate, when you look to her for validation, her amygdala lights up. It triggers a stress response. Cortisol floods her system. She feels anxious. She feels unsafe. You interpret her moodiness as her being difficult. But biologically, she is reacting to a vacuum of power. Nature abhors a vacuum. If you do not fill the space with certainty, she must fill it with anxiety. This is why the bad boy gets the girl. It's not because he treats her badly. It's not because he's abusive. It's because he is certain. He moves with direction. He doesn't ask for permission. And that certainty shuts down her fear response and triggers dopamine, the pleasure chemical. Let's talk about physics. Let's talk about polarity. Think of two magnets. If you have two positive poles, they repel each other. For a connection to happen, you need a positive and a negative. You need a masculine and a feminine. This is not about gender roles in the workplace. This is about sexual energy in the bedroom. In a relationship, there are two primary energies: the directed, masculine, and the flowing, feminine. The directed energy penetrates, it decides, it moves forward. The flowing energy receives, it nurtures, it changes. When you refuse to show authority, when you refuse to be the directed energy, you force her to become directed. You force her to become the rigid one. You force her to plan, to organize, to manage. You have made her your manager. And here is the psychological mechanism that kills your sex life. You cannot be sexually attracted to someone you have to supervise. Think about it. Does she nag you about chores? Does she check up on you? Does she remind you of your appointments? That is not a partnership. That is a mother-son dynamic. Every time you say whatever you want, you are putting her in the mother role. You are asking mommy to make the decision, and the result is catastrophic. Her biology shuts down. A woman cannot desire a child. She nurtures a child. She protects a child. But she does not crave a child. She craves a king. The mechanism here is simple. Authority creates a container of safety. When you provide the structure, the container, she can flow, the water, inside it. Without the container, the water spills everywhere. That spilling is her emotional chaos. That spilling is the drama you hate. You are causing the drama by failing to provide the structure. We have arrived at the darkest part of this reality. The collapse doesn't happen overnight. It is a slow, painful death. You, the nice guy, keep giving away your power. You think you are buying peace. You think, if I just let her have her way, she will be happy. But she becomes more miserable. She starts to test you. We call these shit tests. She insults you. She challenges your plans. She acts cold. She is not doing this because she hates you. She is doing this because she is desperate. She is shaking the fence post to see if it is rotten. She is screaming subconsciously, "Are you strong enough yet? Can I trust you yet?" And what do? You apologize. You retreat. You try to placate her. You fail the test. And then comes the final stage, the replacement. She doesn't leave you immediately. She stays. But she checks out. She loses respect for you. And a woman cannot love a man she does not respect. It is psychologically impossible. Then she meets him. Maybe he's a coworker. Maybe he's a stranger at the gym. He isn't nice. He doesn't ask her what she wants. He tells her. He has a mission. He is indifferent to her approval. And suddenly she feels a rush of electricity she hasn't felt with you in years. She tells you, "I love you, but I'm not in love with you." That phrase is the tombstone of your authority. It means you provided safety, you provided resources, you provided friendship. But you failed to provide the masculine polarity that triggers her instinctual desire. You became her provider, not her lover. And in the evolutionary market, providers are easily replaced. So, what does all this mean for us today? Is it too late? Listen to me closely, brother. This is not about becoming a monster. This is not about controlling her life, forbidding her from seeing friends, or being abusive. That is not authority. That is insecurity masquerading as power. Real authority is benevolent leadership. It means you take the burden of leadership off her shoulders. Remember the dinner example? Let's replay it. She asks, "Where are we going?" Instead of asking her, you say, "I'm taking you to that Italian place downtown. Wear the black dress. We leave at 7. Feel the difference? You have made a decision. You have solved a problem. You have taken the risk. If the food is bad, it's on you. You accepted the responsibility. And what does she feel? Relief. She doesn't have to think. She doesn't have to choose. She can just relax and be beautiful. She can step out of her masculine work brain and into her feminine feeling brain. You have given her the gift of decision fatigue relief. This applies to everything. When she is emotional and chaotic, do not join her in the chaos. Do not argue. Do not get emotional. Be the rock. The rock does not fight the waves. The rock just stands there. When you remain calm, when you remain decisive, you act as an anchor. Her storm crashes against you and dissipates. She feels your strength, and that strength turns her anxiety into arousal. This is the secret. She wants to surrender, but she will only surrender to a man who can conquer himself. Before we end, there is one final thing you need to know. This transition will be scary. When you start taking back authority, when you stop asking for permission, she might resist at first. She is used to being the boss. She is used to the mother-son dynamic. She might say, "Why are you acting like this?" Do not explain. Do not apologize. Just lead. Show her, through your actions, that you are capable, that you have a plan, that you are the captain of this ship. The moment she realizes that you are competent, the moment she realizes she is safe, the resistance will vanish. And in its place, you will find the woman you always wanted. The woman who looks at you with wide eyes. The woman who touches you with desire, not obligation. She is waiting for you to take the lead. She is waiting for the king to return to his throne. The only question is, are you brave enough to sit in it?